Hi, this is Terry Martins with Martins Metal Design, and today I'm working on the feet for a Sandhill crane commission that I'm doing. And if you remember, I showed you before, I use rebar as the base material for the toes. So there's a piece of rebar just as it comes. I've cleaned it up a little bit. Then I cover it with weld. This gives a texture to it so that it looks like kind of bird skin. It also works good as looking like bark on a tree. Then for bird skin, I grind it down so that it kind of has this mottled look for the bird skin. And then this one I have started one of the toenails, and this is how I do toenails. I just use a piece of rod, generally not too heavy. I weld it on at one end and I weld it all the way around. Then I cut it off, and here you'll see one that I've cut off. I cut it off, and then I start grinding on it, and I form it into a claw on the end. And here's one that I've already formed. And when I'm done grinding it, then I have to bend it down. So I do have to put this in the vise 3 or 4 times and then bend it down to get the actual look of a toenail. The Sandhill crane foot that I was originally thinking I was going to do, and I'm very glad that I looked up what their feet actually look like, because they do not have a toe in the back. And what I did is I built a little model of how I want the foot kind of pushing up off the ground, and rather than use my actual pieces here, I just used, leftover stuff, and I kind of made a little foot, a kind of a model. So what I've ended up with here is one foot that is just about finished. Instead of having a back foot or toe that comes off here and hits the ground, this bird has a little tiny toe and it doesn't touch the ground. So what I've had to do is I've had to put this piece in the middle so that the foot will actually have a stabilizer, and ultimately this piece here will either be welded to the plate that the finished sculpture sits on, or I may thread it, I may add some to it, thread it, and so that it bolts underneath. But, and then I will also weld the toes down on the front of it too. But this is pretty much complete. I've got the joint where it's going to hook up with the top part of its leg, and I don't have those angles quite figured out, but a bird's foot bends, or a bird's leg bends like this. So that is yet to come. I have about 8 hours in these feet so far, and texturizing the legs. So that's where I'm at, and that's how I do a bird's foot. So thanks for watching. Bye.